In this video, I will answer commonly asked questions after one finds out that partner is having an affair. While this is not a mental health diagnosis, it can affect one's mental well-being. Many tell me that they couldn't stop feeling sick to begin with, couldn't sleep or eat and felt consumed by the thoughts. Every aspect of one's life can become affected. I am Professor Shania Rathod, a psychiatrist in the United Kingdom. I post interesting videos on mental well-being weekly on my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and you will not miss the next one. Your partner has been having an affair for 18 months. You had been feeling that they were not as connected for some months, returning late from work, and they spent more time in the study as they were busy. When you asked them, they assured you it was work stress. When you found out, they finally admitted. It is normal to feel overwhelmed and consumed by the thoughts. Infidelity shakes the foundation of any relationship. It is not just about the betrayal of the body, but the betrayal of trust, the emotional connection, and the story you both shared. The mind keeps replaying the event because it needs to make sense of the pain, to understand it, and sometimes it is trying to find closure that isn't immediately available. One thing you can do is to acknowledge that while these thoughts are part of the healing process, they don't have to define your every moment. Try to give yourself permission to feel, but also set boundaries with your thoughts. For example, when those thoughts come up, gently remind yourself that it's okay to have them, but you don't have to act on them or let them dominate your day. Here are some common questions I get asked. I keep asking my partner questions and then feel guilty. Is it normal? Yes, it's completely normal, but it can also be exhausting. When a betrayal happens, your brain is trying to make sense of what happened and why. In some ways, it is trying to rebuild a puzzle and you keep looking for the pieces. But it is important to recognize that you won't find all the answers, and even if you do, they may not bring the peace you might be hoping for. Some answers may also add to the trauma. The tendency is to ask for every detail, but the details themselves may not offer the clarity or healing you are looking for. Often this reflects the grieving process, meaning mixed emotions of blame, guilt, shame. The questions could be aimed at understanding if it is your fault in some way or who is to blame. Instead of focusing on the exact moments of the affair, focus on how you can both move forward and rebuild trust. It can be helpful to limit the questioning. Perhaps decide on specific times when it is safe to talk through the hard questions rather than constantly revisiting it in a way that keeps you both stuck in the past. I feel like I can't stop obsessing over the affair. How can I cope with these intrusive obsessive thoughts? Coping with intrusive obsessive thoughts after discovering an affair is tough, and it's natural to feel fixated on what happened. But those thoughts can become a vicious cycle. One way to start coping is to give yourself some structure around how to address the thoughts. You can allow yourself to think about it for a set amount of time during the day, and when those thoughts arise outside that time, gently redirect yourself to something else. You need to bring the focus back to you, because when you are obsessing on these thoughts, you are often obsessing or focusing on the partner or the person they were having an affair with. Mindfulness can be really helpful in managing intrusive obsessive thoughts. Taking time to focus on your breathing or even engaging in a physical activity you enjoy can help ground you in the present moment. Another strategy is to talk with someone or even a therapist who specializes in couples therapy or infidelity. They can guide you both through the emotions, helping you to separate the initial shock and pain from your relationship's deeper needs. How do I start trusting my partner again, or should I even try? Trust is one of the hardest things to rebuild after an affair. And whether or not you choose to try depends entirely on your personal healing process and what feels right for you. Rebuilding trust isn't just about forgiving, but about creating a new kind of relationship. In many ways, the emotional connection you once had is often lost in these situations. It is possible to repair the relationship if both partners are willing to work on it. But that takes time, consistency, and emotional labor. It is important you take the pressure off yourself to fix everything immediately. Instead, start by allowing yourself to be vulnerable again, piece by piece, when you are ready. It could mean having open conversations about your fears, acknowledging the hurt, and looking at how both of you can change moving forward. If you're open to it, couples counseling could be incredibly beneficial here. Having an impartial guide to the conversations that you might need to have can help both of you rebuild the emotional foundation of the relationship. Why can't I move on from this and stop feeling stuck? It is completely normal to feel stuck. Infidelity, while painful, can serve as a moment of self-discovery and an invitation to ask deeper questions about the relationship. You're not just processing the affair itself, but also your own needs, values, and how your relationship fits into your life story. The stuck feeling comes when you try to push the emotions away or expect things to be back to normal right away. But what is normal? Healing doesn't work like that. It is a journey and it will take time. There may be a new normal. Be kind to yourself during this process. You are not expected to heal in a set amount of time or in any specific way. Sometimes focusing on small steps towards understanding and moving forward is enough. If you feel overwhelmed, don't hesitate to reach out for professional support. Should I even consider staying in the relationship? Well, this is a deeply personal question and one that only you can truly answer. Infidelity doesn't necessarily have to mean the end of a relationship. For some people, the affair signals the end of something, while for others, it can act as a wake-up call to re-evaluate what's really important in their relationship. Think about what you need. Can you see yourself rebuilding trust? Are you still emotionally invested in the relationship? Can your partner show consistent efforts to regain your trust and meet your emotional needs? Only you can determine what's best for you, and it's okay to take your time to decide. It's also perfectly valid to say that after everything, you don't want to continue, and there is no shame in that decision. So, what is the first step I should take to begin coping with this? The first step is to give yourself space to feel and process things. It's not about rushing into decisions, it's about taking one day at a time. Give yourself permission to grieve. Feel angry, feel confused, and even numb. These emotions are natural and they need to be felt in order to heal. Remember, healing from infidelity is a slow process that requires time, patience, and often professional help. The thoughts and emotions you are experiencing are a natural part of this journey. Be gentle with yourself and know that it is okay to ask for help. This is a difficult challenge, but with support, understanding and time, you can navigate through it. If you have enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I have, the more YouTube gives me the ability to make more creative videos. Like it, share it, tell it to all the people you know. And thank you for watching.